Damn.
We on?
What do you
Where's
think?
Cozy? Where's Cozy?
All right. Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 46th installment of Bullsitting on TSWS Gaming. This week, we welcome you to the official Xbox Shield Media Fanboy Podcast Struggle Session and Acceptance Speech Reaction stream to the Xbox Developer Direct. Also on the show tonight is Dead Space delivering another L for Forspoken's doorstep. And
That's a fact.
yeah, that's pretty much it. If you're here for PlayStation stuff, see you next week. I'm your host, Loke7, and joining me today is the lovely cult classic Cage, Mr. Ham Solo, and Matt Likes Games.
Oh,
So, before we partake in this week's session of digital savagery, Ham, what you been playing?
The game, you know.
No,
Game that
it can be
got
named.
kinda-
Go ahead.
It,
No,
oh,
you
it
can
can
go
be
ahead.
named now? Okay,
It can be
cool.
named. We're in
So
the
I've been
rightful-
playing Hi-Fi Rush. I've been playing Ark Survival Evolved, and it's pretty. Oh, and NBA 2K. I'm gonna get the
as
Milwaukee
always.
Bucks. God
Dude,
damn
that
it.
team's fucking just full of criminals. I'm tired of that team. I'm ready. I'm ready to kill that
Their
team.
defense,
All right.
their defense. They have us in prison right now.
It's silly, and it
Yeah.
shouldn't be like that because they're not that good. But
No,
all
we've
right,
beaten
whatever.
better teams plenty of times. It's crazy.
Hold on,
Oh,
did
yeah.
you just say the Bucks that won a championship like
No.
2 years?
No,
This is
it's a
the
classic
70.
team.
This is the 70s Bucks. This is the 73,
Oh,
74
okay.
Bucks. It's
Okay, I thought you were
stupid.
talking about Giannis. Because
No,
that would be
Giannis is
embarrassing.
great. Giannis is great.
Yeah.
Love Giannis.
Yeah, Middleton too.
Milton's
Drew
dope.
Holiday.
Drew Holiday's
The
legit.
70s Bucks is playing like today's Bucks, so it doesn't make any sense.
They're playing
Yeah.
like
Oh,
the primetime Bulls. They're playing like Showtime Lakers. Doesn't make any sense.
yeah. It's just a reminder, so you don't forget that it's a video game. Cult Classic Cage, what you been
it's
playing?
not.
So I just started Dead Space. I was trying to stream it. Took a massive L because for some reason my audio was when I would play the game, I couldn't use my microphone, and then when I get off the game, it worked. Basically, I tried to stream it. It was a big L, but got to play a little bit Dead Space. Freaking beautiful. Looks awesome. I've been obsessed with Vampire Survivors. That game is crack. It's literal crack. That's my review of it on Steam. This is crack. That's literally what I said and kept it moving. I play a lot of golf with your friends. That game is addictive if you want something that's easy to link up with some homies and then just run some mini golf, silly mini golf courses. Really, really fun. And as usual, getting my Fortnite in here and there. And also Hi-Fi Rush, the game that we haven't been naming but has to be named now. Very, very, very cool game.
I just wanted to give all the other topics a chance to breathe in the space because it's ridiculous. Seriously,
We better
Nothing
go
else
over those now, bud, because I tell you
Yeah.
what, once we get to the developer direct, it's just gonna be
It's gonna be a long show, but
yeah.
it's gonna be a long positive show. I'll tell you that.
I can take the punishment. Anyway,
He calls
sorry,
it punishment.
Matt,
Yeah.
what you been playing?
Honestly, same as him. Hi-Fi Rush. I played a very small amount, just enough amount of Dead Space Remake to make a video. And I'm not touching it until tonight. I'm gonna stream that tonight. But I mean, I'm hyped for that. But mostly Hi-Fi Rush, and NBA. And then I've gotten a little bit into Elder Scrolls Online after the developer direct. We'll see about that though.
Okay. I've been playing. I finished Ghost of Tsushima on Monday, I think, and then I
Nice.
completely forgot. I forgot that there was the Iki Island download. For some reason, as I was going to uninstall it, something just snapped. And it's like, wait, isn't there like a DLC? And then I went to check, and I'm like, God damn it! I played a bit of it. I went to the island, and then it opened up the map, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be another week or two. So I thought it would be fine. I thought it would be fine, and then on Wednesday, Hi-Fi Crack dropped, and it's been a shit show. Mr. Johnny Dog says, Hi-Fi Rush, let's go. Welcome. Too big. Thank you for coming through,
Big,
brother.
what's up?
Stanley Francois, what's happening? Hi-Fi is happening. Doom says, Network says, what's your great movie, Cassie? Oh yeah, Halloween.
Halloween,
yeah.
yes, classic.
All right, y'all can have your movie chat here. It's about video games this side. So Ham doesn't want to talk about the developer direct right now because we're gonna just wallow in it for too long. So let's go with the
Facts.
side story now. Cult Classic Cage, you had already started talking about Dead Space Remake. So it has a 90 Metacritic score right now. What are your
Nice.
thoughts on it? And what are your thoughts on the juxtaposition of people pitting games against each other on social media in terms of Dead Space Remake versus Forspoken versus Hi-Fi Rush? Go.
So overall, my first general thoughts, having played Dead Space for a little bit, very quality. Honestly, I don't really take EA very seriously. but for some reason they're actually like making good games, it seems like, and I hope that they keep it up. So I have to give them props for that objectively. Um, I think that the game honestly looks like a very, very quality remake, man. I'm excited to play that game. Like that's gonna be me at 6 in the morning playing that and probably horrified. And the thing is, it's like I love horror film. Horror video games is very hard for me to play. A lot of time I can't finish them because I'm genuinely scared. Like Alien Isolation, couldn't finish it. I think the game is amazing. So effective that in fact it scared me off. So good on them with that. But
Good job.
I'm super enticed to play and get through this Dead Space remake. I'm striving to do so. But pitting games against each other, I mean, it depends on the situation. Like I thought that Callisto Protocol and Dead Space was going to be like this healthy battle against each other, but Callisto Protocol unfortunately came out with a whimper, man. So it's not really comparable. In this situation with the specific example that you bring up with just comparing Hi-Fi Rush to Dead Space to Forgotten.
Oh my god, disrespectful. Oh my god. All right, never mind. I thought I was correcting you, but she was looking for some disrespect.
No, but like, look, man, it's one of those things where I feel as though like these games, people comparing them directly is not really. I guess it depends on situational. For me, when I look at Dead Space's performance as well as Hi-Fi Rush's performance, like those are standard on PC. And I don't know if you know how many of you guys play on PC, but unfortunately, a lot of developers the past few years just take us for granted. PC gamers, they totally just stick us with a shit port over and over and over again. And Square Enix is infamous for this shit. They'll shovel out a shit port and then on top of it put de novo on it all together. And it's like the blatant disrespect from them. But like comparing these games, it's like a strange situation. I think people are just ignoring like the situational reality of each release. I think that there's definitely a discussion to be had with all three, but comparing them together is kind of a little bit strange unless we're just talking like very basics, like fundamentals, like the game's actually working upon release. I mean, I guess that's a comparison to be made, but I don't really know what else.
Okay. Doom says, enjoying the show with my Popeyes chicken. Enjoy, bro. Hey, welcome. Welcome, Dank Nate. I bet Dank Nate hasn't missed the gym today. I bet. Bro was probably pumping. Matt, what are your thoughts on Dead Space? Dead Space's 90 Metacritic score and the situation with people pitting games versus each other.
Okay, so as far as pitting
specifically
games,
Dead Space, Forspoken, and
we cut out there. It's logo. It's like, all right. Well, I'll answer that. But it's pitting Hi-Fi Rush versus Forspoken and Dead Space, or vice versa, whatever you want to say that. It's like, I kind of agree with Cassie on this. There's not a whole lot of similarities between either of those games. In the case of Hi-Fi Rush and Dead Space, I've played a very small amount of Dead Space. They work. They work as intended. Performance seems to be very good. Visuals seem to be very good. Hi-Fi Rush is the exact same. I don't know about Forspoken. I played the demo. I'll pick it up on sale at some point, but I'm not sure about that. As for Dead Space's Metacritic, seems to be, from all the reviews I've watched, seems to be very much deserved. I've played a very small amount. It's very, very quality. I can tell they've made changes for the better already, because there's parts of the map when the game first starts where like it gives you basically a shortcut to where you need to go, as opposed to before you had to go all the way around. Like there's things they do. There's also, I wanted to bring up, Callisto Protocol was like sold to us on this idea of like skin and combat, like how skin gets peeled off and how it's really gross. I didn't notice it. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't notice that in Callisto Protocol. I've played about 10 minutes of Dead Space. The first time I killed a necromancer, what's it called? Necromorph. I shot it in the leg, and you could actually see the skin peel off of it. And it's like actually visible. And I was like, okay, that's really fucking awesome. So, I mean, both of these games promised us that. I only noticed it in this one. I could be wrong about Callisto, but I only noticed it in this one. I thought that was really a really good attention to detail that they actually followed through on. But yeah, I can't wait to play more of that game. Seems like the Metacritic was very much deserved. I thought it was an 89 though, but if it's at a 90, then that's even better.
Yeah, 89 is on PS5. It's a 90 on Xbox. Not
oh,
used
that makes sense.
On Xbox being better. Oh, it makes sense.
Yeah, well, I'm just
stop
saying.
the cap. Stop the cap. Oh my goodness. Let's go to the chat real quick. So Johnny Duck says, "How are you liking Hi-Fi Rush?" I beat the first boss, and yeah, very, very good game. My youngest and my eldest usually share the Series S, but this is the first game where they both need both Xbox consoles in the house. And it was a problem when I was like, I need to play this to talk about it on the show. It was a problem. We needed to have a group meeting, a therapy session, so one of them could leave the controller so I could play Hi-Fi Rush. So that's how
know when to relieve duty.
Yes, pretty much. Dank Nate says you're 100%. Hey man, pump every day. You can miss everything except for pumping. Stankmore says not interested in Dead Space at all. We'll watch a stream. I'm with Stankmore. Not my type of game. So yeah, it's cool. Cozy, we want to know if you're feeling rosy. Answer the question. Dank Nate says Dead Space and Callisto. Mr. Janet Dark says Dead Space remake is incredible so far. Love the changes they made and it feels more terrifying. I don't get it. Why pay to be You know what? I don't have to get everything.
Atmosphere, man. Sometimes, like, honestly, like, atmosphere in a game or even film, honestly, can be so drawing to me. Even in games that genuinely scare the piss out of me. Like, you have to appreciate the attention to detail aesthetically and atmospherically in that game because they do such a great job of it, man. It's a testament to them trying to immerse you in this world of horror. Like, it is great. I think that it's amazing.
And even more than that, I'll also say the story in Dead Space 1 and 2 at least. 3 is whatever, but 1 and 2 stories.
The eyeball scene in the remake.
What's that?
Do they still have the eyeball scene with the needle?
I don't know. I'm assuming so, and I'm assuming it's going to look a lot better or worse depending on how you look at it.
That was terrifying back in the day. I'm trying to imagine it now.
I played. I was gonna say I played it for the first time this summer, and that terrified me seeing it just a few months ago. So seeing it this time is going to be even better. So I can't wait.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to shit my pants. What are your thoughts on Dead Space's 90 Metacritic score and the culture of games being pitted against each other? Specifically, Forspoken versus Hi-Fi Rush versus what was it? Versus Dead Space.
Okay, so first of all, I'd like to just go on ahead and put it out there that I'm very fresh to Dead Space. I beat the first one this last summer. Okay, nice. Right? It was a fantastic game. I played it on my PC because that's just the best way to play that game, get the best frames, and turn up the quality and everything. And it looked fantastic on it. So it was funny while I was playing it. They announced more about the Dead Space remake, and I just kind of wanted to get a taste of what the game was and play it. And it was really good. It was really, 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 really good. But I'm still kind of just not there FOMO wise for the brand new one that just dropped. I'm hearing excellent things about it. The 90 Metacritic score, I think I guessed like 89 last week or something like that, or 90 or something. I don't remember what I guessed, but obviously I guessed around what it got. So it's deserved. It's been deserved in my eyes, and I wouldn't be surprised if it went past what I previously predicted, just because of the following that it had previously. And unlike The Last of Us, which was, great from what Matt tells me, like it just like looks nice and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'd say this game was much more deserved in needing a remake, just because of how long it's been since the last one came out. Like I said, I'm not ready to get it because I just played it not that long ago. But as for those fans like my buddy Justin way back in Lincoln, Nebraska, he played that game at launch and he loved it. And I told him, yo, they're coming out with a remake. And he is like, getting it. And I actually game share with him, so I might get it too. So I don't know.
Nice.
There you go.
But as for like comparisons to these games like Forspoken, and I think it's healthy to compare, because it keeps these like developers and stuff like that on their toes about like how like crowd perception is, how to roll out a game properly. We talk about Callisto Protocol, and yes, people will tell me, yeah, oh, they fixed the heal. Oh, they fixed the weapon change. I already beat it. So that doesn't mean anything to me.
Oh,
I experienced it in its original form, and I was, to be honest, disappointed with it. I can tell you, I went throughout that whole game, and I was more nervous and on edge playing Dead Space, the original, on my PC than the brand new Callisto Protocol in all of its fancy forms. I may have had one jump scare the entire game. It wasn't scary. It was just suspenseful. That's all it really was. I mean, I think that game has potential if they want to continue with it, but they didn't drop that game. And what's wild is, it was the creators of Dead Space that helped that made Callisto Protocol. So I'm not gonna lie when I say I expected more out of them, especially the way they described the game before it came out. Because Matt's talking about the flesh ripping stuff. There was some of it, but really there was only a couple spots within Callisto Protocol where I felt like when I used my what was that thing called?
Is it the stasis? Whatever.
The stasis thing. I
forget what
grip.
it's called.
It's called the grip. Yeah. So when you use the grip to throw somebody, there's only a few times where it felt ultra satisfying. Like throwing them in the grinders and stuff like that, and then just having a shower. I thought that was nuts. There was 2 areas where you could do that in that I remember specifically.
Yeah.
Both pretty tough fights and both really fun fights. So they had its fun factor there. That's why I say it's a great base for the game. But they need to build more to that. They did not launch the game like Dead Space did when they originally had number 1 come out. But going back to what I was supposed to answer, because I went way off course. Comparing it to Forspoken, like I said, healthy. Comparing it to Hi-Fi Rush, healthy. But you also have to keep in mind, stay in the lane as well with these games. So you can compare them as in like the feeling that they got when they rolled out, or the deserving of the scores or whatnot. But if you're going to talk about like I don't know, like mechanics and stuff like that, I don't think those things sit within that. Yeah. You can't. I'm not going to talk about Hi-Fi Rush and man, I got to time it compared to Forspoken's traversal. Like it's just not the same thing. Even though there is timing within Forspoken's traversal and moving and jumping with the character, it just does it has no content to dispute versus the other game.
Okay. I'm largely with you, Ham. Seriously, comparing games is competitiveness, and the entire gaming culture is about competitiveness. So just because your preferred platform is taking for a couple of days doesn't mean it's a bad thing, right? When your platform's taking the dub, then it's a good thing. So let's try to be less hypocritical. Um, let's now talk about the game that shall not be named, and I shall name it Hi-Fi Rush. Xbox shadow dropped this one like live while people were watching the direct. People were
Oh,
just
we're
getting off the
doing this
direct.
now. That there was only one piece of side news. That was
Yeah,
Dead
yeah,
Space.
we're going all the way in, bruv.
Dang,
Um,
man. That was a little
quick
appetizer.
context. Quick context. Hi-Fi Rush is now, according to Metacritic's user score, one of the best games of all time. Currently sitting at 9.2 positive, and there's 250 positive ratings, 21 negative ratings, and God, all 21
Zero.
ratings are
Zeros.
zeros
Yeah.
from people. Oh God, guys, mask
Just
it, mask it. Don't make it so obvious. Jeez,
just haters.
At
Just
least give
fanboys.
it a one,
stop
you
giving,
clowns.
stop giving Ham, Matt, and Cassie material, guys. Stop it. Give it
I
a
say
four.
keep giving us material. I think it's
Give it a
fantastic and
four.
I support it.
Listen, guys, give it a four, and then put some context. Make it look like you actually play video games to have fun. All right? Don't do it like you do it just to dunk on people. Just because your life is pathetic and you need a plastic box to validate who you are. Don't make it
See,
so obvious.
see,
Jesus.
Logue, this is part of what Cassie was talking about earlier with the misrepresentation of like knowledge when it comes to like looking at reviews and going online and trying to trust something that you see online. When you go to read it, you're just like, dude, like there should be a fact somewhere here, but it's muddied up with all this BS all over the place.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
making it harder
Now,
for me to figure out basic information.
before you guys jump on Xbox's jock strap,
Oh
9.2.
my god.
Fuck off, man. There's a whole bunch of people from these 250. There's a whole bunch of people capping, giving this game a 10 just because they're super fans of Xbox. Stop it.
Well,
Stop
I
it.
wanna just say
I
real quick.
I try. Hold on, hold on.
All right, all
I'm
right.
quickly introducing the subject, and then you guys can go off and guzzle on Xbox for the next 20 minutes. My
Oh
point,
my
the truth
god,
is,
dude, you're so
this is not a
vulgar.
zero. Hold on, this is not a zero. Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish. To the 21 oblivious cycles that gave this a zero, get a life, motherfucker, or just play PlayStation and move on with your life. To the 250 that gave this thing a 10, settle the hell down. Have fun. This is not a 10. Cult Classic Cage, go ahead. Tell us about your experience with Hi-Fi Rush. Tell us what you think about Hi-Fi Rush being one of the highest rated game of all time on Metacritic. Go.
Well,
Jesus.
when it comes specifically to Hi-Fi Rush itself, I played the game. I beat the first stage where you fight the first major boss. Overall, it's a very solid game. I'm very appreciative because I play it on PC Game Pass. The port, pristine. Like, to me, that's a big deal, man. PC gamers have been getting garbage ports, and to stealth drop a fun looking game, a game that plays well, the performance is no problem running at high settings, 120 FPS. Great overall experience. That's what I want to see. To me, performance is above everything else. Visuals, you know, just because like the standard is so low of what's acceptable on PC. So like I'm really grateful for that, to get a good working game. The game overall, the gameplay is really, really fun. It feels like something. The irony is, like, I know a lot of PlayStation dudes are shitting on the game. This is a game that like PlayStation would have put out back on like PS2 era. Like
Yeah.
it feels a bit nostalgic, but it's new. It's not a remake of anything.
Come out on PlayStation, they'd be capping like a mother for it.
Oh yeah,
Let's
yeah,
be
no
serious.
doubt. But like, and it's like it's genuinely a good game. I don't think that it should be getting hate, but unfortunately, that's just what it is on
the
the
world.
interwebs.
Should you be getting a 10?
So
Is
in
this a
regards
9.2?
in regards to Metacritic, you're always going to have like people like forcing positive reviews as well as negative reviews. It happens all the time. I just find it interesting that all the time, like whenever mass like bad reviews come out, oh, people are hating on the game, or mass giving it like I don't know, review bombing it. The thing that a lot of people don't understand, that review bombing goes both ways. It's not just giving it zeros, it's all these assholes that also are giving it tens as well. And they're both sides are assholes, They don't have a valid reason for doing what they're doing. They just want to stick it to the people that don't like the game. And I would hope that in the very least, since review bombing is going to happen either way, that it at least balances itself out. So that's my one hope for that. But this is nothing new. Honestly, I don't really engage in Metacritic. I most of the time avoid it. Overall, I think the game is very solid. Is it a 10 out of 10 game? I don't think so. I think it's a solid 8 so far, at least from the piece that I've played. I think it's a solid, like in that realm of it's very good, not masterpiece level, but very good in its own right. Respectable. I'm really grateful that Tango actually, stealth dropped us a game, because it's been dry out here on Xbox, man. Last year to me, and the thing is, I'm extremely critical of Xbox. Like, I'm the type of person, I say Xbox isn't a platform. They're just an application on my PC. That's how I feel about them. But when they do right, I definitely go out of my way to be like, hey, this is what I want to see. This is good. That stealth drop of that game, it's a game that I was looking for. Like, I like games like that. I don't always look for like a AAA top of the line banger that has ultra realistic graphics. Like, I don't need that. Just give me something I'm genuinely gonna have fun with. And this stealth drop was perfect for me personally. To each their own in terms of their personal taste, but I'm happy with it.
All right. Before we move on to someone else, Mr. Joanna Duck, you need to stop the cap. Stop the cap. He says, Hi-Fi Rush, if I had to give it a score, I would give it a 9. Stop the cap.
Well,
It's not
you're gonna like what I'm about to say, bud. I'll tell you that.
Oh, no.
Let's go.
Mr. Joanna Duck's follow-up says, Sony needs to go back to those types of games. Remember Gravity Rush? Yes. And to that point, Patapon and Gravity Rush, very good games, dude. At no point was there ever discourse of, oh my god, this is one of the greats of all time. Dude, 9 and 10, those are sacred scores. You don't just hand them out to everyone. Jeez. Last night's episode with Pixel G was fire. Looking forward to next guest you announced on Twitter, Ham. Killing it with on Behind Them Sticks. Shelton, yeah, welcome. It's me, Patrick97. Welcome, boys. They're in the next room. But anyways, Stankmore says, this is the sickest era of gaming fandom. People always had a preference, but now people are just as extreme as the politicians. Absolutely bizarre. I
Yeah.
swear it's worse than the politicians. You know why? The politicians actively work or work against your like real life environment. People are getting personal over freaking pixels, bro. Pixels. This shit is not real. I'm sorry to break everyone's heart. It's not real. It's, oh my god. The fact that I have to explain this.
It's a sickness.
It is. But you know what? You need sick people
Whoa.
so you know what
PS
healthy
Vita.
looks like.
Yes,
Nice.
sir.
You need sick people to know what healthy looks like. I'm
That's
just
true.
saying you need poor people to know what rich feels like. You need these
Yep.
fanatics
It's
to
true.
remind yourself that, yo, you know what? I might be down in my life personally. I'm not as bad as this guy.
Yeah.
Nelson Gaming says no one bought Gravity Rush. I don't know, man. I don't know. Around here, at least, a lot of people had Gravity Rush.
Gravity Rush sadly didn't sell well. It was, in my personal opinion, it's a good enough game, and it should have been more successful than it was. But you do have like people that are sort of prudish when it comes to games that look that way. They want everything to be super ultra AAA, ultra realistic graphics. I can't relate to that. To me, that's cool sometimes, depending on the type of gameplay. But I don't need every game to look like that. And to be honest with you, those games don't age well to me. They kind of get rough looking as the years go on because we always come to a new standard of visual realism. Whereas
100%.
with games that are stylized like Gravity Rush, they seem to age, at least to me, a little bit better. Specifically
Slower,
because
yeah.
it's artsier.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Jonah Duck says we don't have to agree, but as a fan of No More Heroes, Jet Set Radio, which is games reminds me of a 9 out of 10 hi-fi cap law.
Stank
To
him
your
on the
point.
chat.
To your point,
Uh,
bruv, we really don't have to agree. So I was just making my position, which is no, not a 9. But it's fine. I'm not trying to invalidate your opinion. I'm just giving mine. And okay, Stankmo says Matt wears Xbox draw signed by Phil Spencer. He wishes he wouldn't take them off. I don't think Matt would take off his drawers if Phil
no,
Spencer
those
signed
would
them.
go up in a display case, a nice little display case, right there in front of the Xbox. You know, just put some
You
draws
know
on
what?
it.
You know
Oh
what?
my god!
That would actually be a good move. That would be a good
Right,
move.
right.
Yeah, no,
That's
I'm
fantastic.
not even joking. Yeah, I'll fucking do it. That's a good one. That's a good one. Vic
I'm telling you.
Damone Jr. says oof to what, bruv? Anyways,
Probably them
Matt.
draws.
Damn.
Ooh, okay. Matt, please
Yeah.
tell us why Hi-Fi Rush is the second coming of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Okay, so you said you didn't agree with a 9. That's exactly what my score would be. Out of 10, that's what my score would be for this game. And I tell you, I'll tell you why. Because I want to give Tango the proper recognition they deserve for being able to Evil Within 2. They just did Ghostwire Tokyo. Ham made the point in the space. They put out Ghostwire Tokyo and this game in the same calendar year. I mean, within 365 days, they put those two games out. So it's like, and they made a huge pivot from Ghostwire and Evil Within. I guess really, if I had to give it a specific score, maybe 8.5, but I'm gonna add a 0.5 because I want them. Like I want more creativity like this.
Yeah.
I want studios to be able to see the reaction to this game and say, hey, we have an idea like that. Maybe we can do it because this game is succeeding.
So you
And
say you want more cartoony games, or you want more risky?
no, not cartoony, risky. Like it doesn't have to be cartoony. It can be ultra hyper realism, whatever you want to do. But maybe it's something that you're thinking in the back of your mind. We want to do this, but it might not pan out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I want them to see that companies do this and that it can pan out. It can totally pan out. Yeah, of course, sometimes it might not work, but when it hits, you look at Steam right now. I mean, you look at Steam for Hi-Fi Rush and the reviews, it's not just positive, it's overwhelmingly positive with 1,500 reviews. That's insane. It's a $30 game. It's like, it's not like the biggest game ever, but it's just getting tons and tons of praise.
Like
And I think
in regards to Tango, it's like I can't say that they've put out a bad game. Like you
I don't know that
may,
they have.
yeah. Like I
No,
have
not from the
Ghostwire
start.
Tokyo.
That's
It's a good
point.
game.
Yeah, good is fine. But Nelson makes a very good point. It says Ghostwire flopped.
It
In
did.
terms of sales,
Well, yeah.
Yes.
in terms of
Yes.
sales, it didn't
did.
do great. In
Well-
terms of reaction, and I'm sorry to say this, right? But when we gauge reaction, it's either freaking high on life or hi-fi levels where the whole you can't scroll for more than 2 seconds and someone's talking about it. It's either that or nothing. And Ghostwire
Yeah.
Tokyo came out and nothing.
Yeah.
So
It's one of those things with
in
Ghostwire
that
that
context, it was a flop. We're not talking about whether it's a good game or not, because
yes.
the four of us can agree that a game is good, but the general discourse kind of shapes reality. So we can
Yeah.
play Forspoken. I haven't played it, but I've seen these sliders to reduce the chattiness of the main protagonist. I'm sure that makes the game way more bearable. But the the overarching debate or conversation within the gaming community says Forspoken is trash, and unfortunately, that kind of shapes the general reality.
For me,
Yeah.
for me personally, games that come out and they don't perform well at launch deserve to be trashed. That because me, I grew up at a time where if you put a game on disc on PS1, PS2, GameCube, and it wasn't working, then it was a flop. It was a failure. And we would acknowledge it as a failure. There was no, oh, we could fix it later. There was none of that. It's
Yeah.
stop doing this. And I think that for now on, it should be a standard that if a game is not playing well when it's released, it deserves to be trashed. And to be fair, there are going to be games that I like for what is offered that are going to fall into that list. But you know what? I'm not going to be mad at someone for saying this game runs like dog water on my PS5 or my PC, and it's not because of the hardware. It's because of the poor optimization of the game.
Yeah.
This needs to be a standard to trash these games. I'm sorry, but your game needs to at least be in working order when it comes out. There shouldn't be any, oh, we could just fix it later. That's not the answer. That's just putting a band-aid on a rampant situation in the industry that needs to stop.
I agree with that. Can I add also for Ghostwire? I'm not joking about this. Like, I know whatever, we make jokes and stuff. Like, I feel like it could happen with either console. I feel like that game being a timed exclusive to whatever console is it just hurts reception, because you got people on the Xbox side who are like, that actually looks interesting, but I don't want to buy it on PlayStation because I want to play it on Xbox. And then
I can
you got
add on to that.
yeah, and then you got
Damn.
then you got the people on the PlayStation side who are like, that looks cool and all, but I don't want to buy a game that's never going to get a sequel on my platform. So
Yeah.
it just ends up underperforming, whether it's good or bad or whatever. I played Ghostwire Tokyo. I haven't beat it. I'm waiting to beat it again on my Xbox. But it's like it's a fun enough game, but I can see how that game doesn't break records and sales because of the situation it's in. And maybe it's just, all in all, not good enough to do that. But like,
But also, if you fail with the critics, though, that's the other side of the question, like of the equation. Like people say that Forspoken is getting trashed. For me,
Yeah.
right? If your game gets trashed by the critics and the fans, we need to have a conversation.
yeah,
Usually, one of the two is messing up, and then you'll see like an imbalance, or
Yeah.
both of them will be given high scores. But if both are like, this is trash,
yeah,
they might be onto something. Not
I agree with that.
not to say that every game that has low scores on both sides is bad, but usually when you see both of them are bad, maybe wait for a sale.
I think a
Maybe
big
wait-
issue specifically with Ghostwire that nobody does talk about is that they showed that game like so many times over the course of
Oh.
many years before it even came out. And it's just every time they would show that game, it's just more of the same. Stop showing games that aren't releasing for like 2 to 3 years. Just stop doing it. Stop showing more of the same, because it's like naturally it's like, okay, this is just the same as the last time that they showed it. So I mean, in that sense, I can understand why the interest for Ghostwire, when it was announced, people were like, "Oh, this looks cool," and then they showed it again and again and again. And the same thing happened to Deathloop.
I was
They
just
kept
going to say,
showing
yeah.
more of the same with Deathloop. I didn't even bother with Deathloop because it just
Ooh.
looked like more of the same, and the more they showed it, the more uninterested I got.
Okay.
All right, Ham.
That's a good point, though.
Tell us, is Hi-Fi Rush worth people's time?
Oh, absolutely. It's 100% worth people's time. I actually made a review for it for this channel. So
was watching that.
you can check that out if anybody else has, if you guys have time to do that, any of you on the panel or any of you guys watching. Made a little review for that, and I tell you what, it is a fun game. I think it deserves all the praise it's getting. Why do I think it deserves all the praise that it's getting? Because of what Forspoken didn't do. What Callisto Protocol didn't do. What many games don't do is, and this is wild to me, they rolled it out properly. They rolled it out properly. And they didn't even, and they had this game so ready to go that this game technically could have been like announced at some point. And to me, it may not have got the wild perception that it would have, that it's getting now because it got shadow dropped, but it would have still got a great reception, in my opinion. This game would have. You look at Dead Space right now. The way they rolled out crispy, clean, and smooth. When a game does that, when a game doesn't say, "Oh, well, we might break your console," or "Oh, well, you might lose all your progress a little bit later," or "Hey, you know, the mechanics are a little wonky, but we'll get back to you on that. We'll have a patch, a little bit later for it," or it runs okay here, but over here it doesn't run that well. Like you roll that out, and then on top of that, in the past, like with something with like Forspoken, you had delays to fix this, and people already seen that it looked rough. So when you come out and you ain't crispy, it's a problem. It's a real problem.
Ooh.
So yeah, to that regards, the way they rolled out Hi-Fi Rush, I think it deserves all the praise that it's getting right now, because it is super duper rare, as Kazi said earlier, that a game comes out crispy clean on all the platforms that it's supposed to go to. On PC, that's where I'm playing. I'm playing it on PC. Runs fantastic.
Yep.
Matt did a review for the Series S on his channel, Matt Likes Games. Runs fantastic. Fun
yes, it does.
for everyone. Steam loves it, like Matt said earlier. Like it's all about how you control your audience to me when you roll something out. And and where Callisto messed up is in my opinion, they oversold us on something.
Yeah,
they oversold
I was going to
us,
get
which
until the speed was announced.
Yeah. If I would have, if I was able to go back and respend my money, I would have pre-ordered Need for Speed and never would have gotten and never would have got Callisto Protocol until it went on sale.
Don't you dare put Callisto in the same group as Forspoken. Forspoken is so much better than Callisto. Come on.
Okay.
I don't know that.
Okay.
That's debatable. That's debatable on the type of game
very
you are
debatable.
and what genre that you really like. Because I could totally see somebody saying I love Callisto way more than Forspoken. It really depends, especially if you're story driven. I think you'll like Callisto probably a little bit.
I think it depends if you're if you want gritty, mature, like that Xbox 360 time period where the games were super for adults, looked like they were for adults. Whereas Forspoken is more in the fantasy, not nearly
everyone
teen,
kind of
teen fantasy drama.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I was shocked by is the clips of Forspoken people are sharing where Freya just casually drops the F-bomb. She just casually says fuck. I'm just like, oh, I didn't even imagine that for this game, but okay.
They say that a ton in the game, actually.
Yeah.
That's the edgy part, supposedly, is that she just says fuck over and over and over throughout the game, and it's just this is weird because because the balance of the game, it's do you want to be edgy or do you want to be friendly? And it's just a mixture of just it's very light version of Adult Swim. It's like
Yes.
Rugrats,
Alright.
but it's like Rugrats, but they can scream obscenities.
It's like all grown
Alright,
up extra.
Give Forspoken a break. Can we do that for 1 week?
I think
1 week,
Forspoken's
bro.
Game of the Year, Ham.
Hey, I'm still gonna buy that game. I'm still gonna buy Forspoken because,
Yes,
as I said,
you
it's fun. It's fun. It's just not $70 fun. No.
Look, over the weekend, you're gonna see less and less people talking about that game. Okay, because people are getting deep into Dead Space, and once they've got their fill on that, that's all people are gonna be talking about for a while. It seems like.
Last point on the whole people talking about Forspoken thing on social media. The specific people I'm seeing talking about it, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm projecting.
Yep.
It sounds like they're coping. People,
that's what it looks like.
Like people, the people I'm seeing are talking about Forspoken like it's a 9 or a 10, and for me it's like, yo, slow down. You know, you're trying to go against the grain of people saying it's the worst thing ever. It's not the worst thing ever, but settle down. It's not a 9. It's not even an 8. All right.
I don't know.
But-
I noticed some people particularly with influence with big channels. I don't know. Maybe they took the bait from Square. I'm just saying.
I mean, hey, Square. I don't think Square's above paying for reviews.
No, I don't think in that sense, but a lot of people do a lot of weird shit because they got a free copy of a game. That's all I'm gonna say.
Good point.
Right.
Good point.
Let's move on. Ham, you didn't tell us what you think about this game being a 9.2 on Metacritic.
No, I did. I said it deserves what it got because of the way that it rolled out. Like I said, and I did mention this earlier. I said if it would have rolled out a different way, you would have probably seen a more normalized score. But since it was shadow dropped, you can't hate it. I mean, don't hate the technique, man. They just did it. They just did it. We already know. No. Before you go, real quick, I just want to let you know that we already know that these scores on Metacritic and on all these other platforms are based on the way a game rolls out. It's not all about how fun the game is. It's not all about how how satisfied you were when you hit the very end of the game. It matters about the way you show up on the scene, right?
Okay.
You roll up to a show, the red carpet's rolled out, and you fall on a puddle, you're gonna look like a clown for the rest of the show. But if you walk out stunting, everything's on point, everyone's gonna be like, man, that was fantastic.
Don't roll up on the red carpet.
Hold on. Cassie, hold on. Ham Solo.
Okay.
I'm not discussing what other people feel. I'm asking you specifically. You're telling
I told you how I feel.
me. Hold on. I just want to be sure that my mind is grasping this. You're telling me that how the game gets launched. So if Starfield gets shadow dropped but is a mid game, it suddenly gets a great score because it got shadow dropped because of how it got launched.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Perception is reality, dude.
Look, don't
To a
show
lot of
up on the
people.
red carpet with some fake red bottoms and the heel snaps off. Okay, don't do that.
Yeah. And I also say for Starfield, the reason that's not the same is because we know about Starfield. We didn't know about Hi-Fi Rush. Nobody knew about it until like the night until the night before.
Fine.
What's that?
Gear 6 comes out. It's mid, full of cutscenes of the main character shitting on all the legacy that even made the current main character relevant. Fine, that game is now like a classic, an all-time classic.
No, it's not.
What game?
He just made up a game.
He just said Gear
Oh.
6. He just said Gear 6.
Got you.
No, I don't think that's how it would work. I feel like the game has to be good. Hi-Fi Rush is good. and it's a perfect mix of it being good, and it was shadow dropped, and it was from a studio that has no history of doing anything even remotely like that. That's
Yeah.
like a trifecta.
Hi-Fi Rush is not a 9. That's ridiculous.
I mean that's your
Too bad
opinion,
it
Loke.
is.
I
Too
mean,
bad that it is.
I mean, but in
Yeah.
reality, I mean, if you look at the score, Loke, I mean,
Yeah, it looks like it's a 9.3 right now, actually.
there, it's just right in your face. But
I'm sorry,
anyways,
bud.
but one thing I wanted to bring up before we.
No, stop. Ham Solo,
Oh my
my
God,
problem with this
Loke can't lose. Go
No,
on
he
ahead and
can't.
do 20 minutes of talking again. Let's do that.
Whatever.
Hey, all right. So,
Fine.
anyways, one thing I wanted to bring up real quick before we went wherever, or before Loke rebuttals or whatever. One thing I wanted to bring up is that, like, this game has been in development before, obviously, the deal for Microsoft went through with Bethesda. I'm sure it was. I'm sure something had to be going on with it.
He talked. The director talked about it. He said they started development on this in 2017.
Okay, so with that being said, look at what they did without Game Pass at first. They started out already working on that. Can you imagine now that you don't have to specifically, let's be real with ourselves. This is a subscription service kind of day and age, right?
Yeah.
Xbox is kicking it off wildly. It started out slow, but it's getting better and better and better. And I was just talking to you the other day, Matt, like, wow, look at just the recent, just go turn on your Xbox and just look at the recent drops in Xbox. Not the coming soons, just the recently added list. Persona 3, Persona 4, Metal Hellsinger, Hi-Fi Rush, what else is in there? Mortal Shell came back. What else was in there? That came out that was big recently.
Monster Hunter.
Yeah, Monster Hunter Rise. I mean, that's just, dude, this is January.
Yeah.
This is January. Can you imagine where these possible development studios, which Xbox is in the midst of acquiring, but they already have like 20 plus or whatever studios right now. If these teams are able to get like divvied up, make a game like Pentiment, make a game like Hi-Fi Rush, make these smaller games, whether they sell insanely amounts, they will still be able to pump out a game from within the same umbrella, like a Starfield, that will pump out the money to continue these smaller type of games like Hi-Fi Rush and Pentiment throughout time. And I just think that just putting this subscription service around it, like as much as people want to dog on subscription services, this might be bigger for gaming than anybody can really imagine. This might help circulate things better than we could really understand, money-wise. Help funding other things, especially with Xbox having all this stuff under the umbrella. Starfield could be helping Tango, pump out their next thing. Hellblade could be helping, whatever Ninja's Theory's smaller game could be down the line. You know what I'm saying? It's just wild the way this stuff is going to be circulating if they roll it out properly. And starting out the way they did with Hi-Fi Rush, man, and as many studios that they have, they could shadow drop something once a year if they wanted to, minimum.
Yeah. If that's how they really want to do it, they can definitely do it that way.
They just need, like, my thing is, if Xbox does something like that, cool, but just be consistent with the plan. Do not leave us like last year. To me, last year is completely unacceptable. They deserve all the smoke for last year, because that's just, you made the Xbox Series X, and you have to give reason for people to want to be on that console. For people to want to engage in Game Pass. And people, while, there's some good third-party games that do end up on Game Pass, them not showing up is completely unacceptable. So like I'm really happy with this previous event. My expectations were low, just what was presented, and they stealth drop a game that's like for me. Even if it's a little bit weird, it's out of my comfort zone with rhythm game, but I'm actually digging it. It's like something that got me out of my comfort zone, but I really like the style. I like the gameplay overall. Like that's cool, but like be consistent with your plan. Don't leave us hanging for months at a time. Like you bought all these developers, and you know, I think that there's a lot of talent there. Now we have to, at some point, we have to see this talent come to fruition. We need to see the product, and it has to be on a consistent basis because, I mean, you know, that's really what you know, the service Game Pass is. Like it's a subscription service that people pay for on a monthly basis. It's not just something that you just buy the game and that's it. So with that, you need a consistent flow of content, specifically from Xbox themselves.
You said last time Phil said he is going out for cigarettes. I ain't see Xbox for a year. Where are you going, Phil? You can't leave the house. You can't leave the house. You stay in here. You need to make sure to push out these games. We don't want to see y'all leave again because you ain't lying. Last year was just like very like just first party wise. It was painful just to hear anything. I mean, especially with Halo making blunders left, right, and just everywhere.
Yeah.
The worst feeling I had as an Xbox fan was last summer. That I can remember in a long time when they came out with that Halo like racist kind of thing with the
I know what you're talking about with
like
Frank O'Connor.
What was it? There's a Frank O'Connor thing, and also the it was pretty much and the skin and everything that they had for the Juneteenth thing. I was just like, dude, what is happening? Because just the year prior, y'all were the publisher of the year, and y'all were loud, so loud. So as Cassie was saying, I just have to crown her real quick and just tell her consistency is the main factor right now.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
Moving on with the Xbox Love Fest, the Direct also showed us
looks sick.
Looks
I'm a
disgruntled.
professional.
He's disheveled. He doesn't know what to do.
They also showed
sheer
us,
pain.
Just adjusting his tie.
Guys, can I at least introduce it and then you guys can go?
Yeah.
For the love of- All right.
Go
So
ahead.
they also showed Forza Motorsport footage. Cult Classic Cage, what are your thoughts on it?
Personally, I mean, the game looks good. I still need to watch it in 4K. I was actually meaning to do that. Personally, the reason why I didn't go out of my way to watch it in 4K is I don't really like racing sims. I'm more of an arcade racer fan. That's why, like, Forza Horizon's typically my jam when it drops. But visually, I mean, it looks cool. I know that, you know, there's a hardcore racing sim community that's super excited for Forza Motorsport, and more power to them. That's for them, and it's cool.
Okay. Matt, Forza
Yeah.
Motorsport, what are your thoughts on what you saw?
I'm excited for it. I haven't been into sim racers in a while. I'm trying to get back in on Motorsport 7. It's fun, but Motorsport 8 just looks like a huge,
It's not
huge.
Motorsport 8. It's just
It's Motorsport. Yeah, it looks like.
they'll never release another one, just like what they tried to do with Halo.
Well, the thing
carry
is,
on.
the thing is, I mean, you know, turn 10's a better. Never mind. But okay, so like, I'm excited. I'm excited for Motorsport because it looks like it could be the beginning of me getting back into sim racers, because I was all in with sim racers like GT3. I was late to GT2. I didn't really get in on that, but GT3 and 4 were my shit. I loved it. So I'm looking for a new racer to play. This looks insane. They're talking about ray tracing in game, 4K 60, dynamic 4K. There's debate on that, but 4K 60 with ray tracing. They're talking about that in game.
In
The
game.
the physics, the way the tires interact with the ground, with how the weather interacts with your tires, how it
They said
changes.
rubbering. They said rubbering in. For anyone
Oh
that
yeah.
doesn't know what racing about professional racing, what happens when you drive, right? For like
Hmm.
an extended period of time. So like those long races, Sir X-Man, those long races like 10, 15, 30 laps. After like 5 laps, your turn, you have to start approaching the turns a lot different from the first 5 laps. And then by the time you're at the 25th lap, your turns are like completely different from the first one. So they're promising a lot. A
They
lot.
are.
Like,
They
carry
are.
on, man.
But I 100% agree. Like the way they're talking about the dynamic day and night cycles, the way that heat or rain or whatever interacts with the track and makes you interact differently with the track, it's it's very interesting. It seems very complex, but the way they say it and the way they go over it, they're kind of reassuring as to it's going to feel natural to play. It's going to feel easy to pick up. So, I mean, we'll see whenever it comes out. But that's the thing. We don't know the date for sure. There's speculation. Have you heard the speculation, Loke, about the date
For Forza,
for
June.
Forza? Yeah,
It said
there's
something about
heavy
June. Yeah.
yeah, there's heavy speculation because the
On the
G and
coming,
yes
looks
is a
like a six.
six is a six. So
Could be bad.
I was thinking that's insane, but the more I look at it, I was telling him the more I look at it, that looks intentionally like a six. I mean, they got
Yeah.
to know what they're doing. So maybe it is June. Maybe it's June 20th, 2023. Maybe that's the thing. I don't know, but I'm interested to find out more about this actually.
I hope it's not, because if it comes June and it delivers what it's promising, Lord Almighty.
Gonna be a big game.
Yeah, probably gonna shake the world. Mr. Jonah Dark says, I'm waiting for a state of pay. No, I am not. Specifically now. They're getting ready. They're cooking. Let them cook. You know that meme where he's holding the guy back? Let them cook.
Yeah,
Gogo Pope makes a very good
that
suggestion,
food's
Ham.
gonna go bad.
And Carl Classic Cage, we should probably do this soon. He says one of these weeks you guys should do an analysis of Sony's future like you do Xbox. Do you assume things will be roses? Who is better off, Sony or Microsoft? That way we can do some research and then bring it all together live. Um, yeah, guys, hit the
I
like button.
think Xbox is
Like,
going to be better
subscribe.
off. They spread themselves out appropriately.
Ham, keep it in your pants.
I
Jeez.
know. No, I'm whipping it out.
I just want to say I'm inclined to agree with Ham on this.
I'm
I
just
will
saying.
say, you guys were saying it's rumored that Forza Motorsport's going to release in June. If you value your game, do not release when Final Fantasy 16 is dropping. Don't do
God,
it.
I completely
don't do
forgot
it.
about Final Fantasy.
Also, Carl Classic Cage.
Yep.
If you think you are bad, if you think you're really that guy, right? Or if you think you're really that girl, go up to the biggest bully in the yard and just clock him in the mouth. Imagine
say-
Forza comes out and destroys Final Fantasy 16.
I say release
mean,
the same day.
I think there's millions
Same
of people.
Same
Yeah, I
hour.
think there's millions of people.
Exactly.
I think there's millions of people who literally won't give Horizon Forgotten West a chance just because they got trampled twice.
That
I
game
think there's
is.
millions of people that are making that decision. Seriously,
Stop talking about that.
seriously. No. Ham. Weren't you guys just talking about it matters how you rock up? You guys just said that.
Yes, and that's why, and that's
Yeah.
why Horizon failed, is because it came out at the
But
worst time.
The thing is, whenever
Yeah.
they announce the next one, I get hyped because we'll get like Elden Ring 2 or something, and it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait.
You'll
So
get a better
I
game.
say, the sooner we get that, the happier I am. Like, keep giving us Horizon games, honestly, Sony. Just keep doing it.
But keep doing it like when a gigantic franchise is about to launch. Do the
Yeah,
exact same.
only then.
Yeah. Mr. Jonah Duck says Nintendo should drop Metroid Prime on Final Fantasy 16. This
There
guy
you
pressed the
go.
button.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Where's
Um,
Metroid Prime at?
Sarah X-Man says he's
Word.
buying the top version of Forza. I said it during the live stream. Was the day before yesterday, guys. What I saw, right? This is a game that I'm buying. I know it's on Game Pass. I know it'll never leave Game Pass, but I'm buying it because
Mhm.
again, these companies listen to metrics, and I love what I saw, and I'm gonna try and get the physical version as well. Cozy coming in with the Horizon Mid and West, so
He's
that's
not
a good
wrong.
one. Gogo Post says I want to play Horizon for Forgotten West, but I'm done with PlayStation, so I'm waiting for it to come to yeah, and it will come to PC. It will come to PC. Anyway, we are done with Forza.
Damn.
Next,
For real?
yeah. What? You want some more?
Oh, what do you mean I want some more? I want some.
Oh
Damn.
shit! We skipped you.
Yeah.
My bad. My bad. My bad.
Didn't give him enough.
Go ahead.
They
Talk
give
about
me
Forza. Go ahead.
nothing. My goodness, the disrespect on my own channel.
Man,
That's
Damn,
insane.
that's rough.
Hey, man, it's a rough life sometimes. It is what
check
it
the
is.
terms
It
and
is
conditions.
what
Check the
it
terms and
is.
conditions on our channel. You need to read the terms and conditions, bro. Go ahead.
Well, ours or mine or whatever. It is what it is. I'm speaking my
Would
piece.
you put it in already?
Oh
Stop with
my
the preamble.
goodness. The vulgarness of
Please.
this gentleman is just
I'm telling you,
disgusting. It's disturbing.
Logan's just disheveled today. He's
Getting
a
dry.
mess.
I know, man.
That's
We're
what I'm
talking about Xbox just entirely too much
He's a
right
mess
now.
today.
He's a fucking mess. He can't handle it. But anyways, Forza, bruh,
Look at him.
man, the way they rolled out was so confident. This is why I gave this showcase a 7.5. Because they rolled out so confident. And here, I'm gonna explain myself real quick. They had the chest out, they were talking. Gabe Garcia came out and was like, yo, at launch, Forza Motorsports will have more than 500 cars, 800 plus unique upgrades, more advancement in physics than 5, 6, and Forza 7 combined. Material shaders are made from the ground up. The dirt buildup is insane. And then they hit me with no release date. And I'm like, God damn it, Xbox, you did it again. You did it again. That's exactly what I was thinking in my head. And that's when that whole point from 8.5 went to 7.5 because it was just like, God damn it. I mean, they made it up quickly with Hi-Fi Rush, but it was just like, man, that the way they made me feel when I was watching that, my jaw was just on the floor when we were streaming that. I was just like, man, this game is unbelievable looking. The detail that they're putting out into it, I have no doubt that it's going to be coming out within the next 6 months, in my opinion. But that was kind of a shot to the foot right there. I was just like, damn it. Like, because I don't remember what was it. Yeah, I don't remember if it was Matt or if it was Loke that said, if they don't show a release date, and then just a few seconds later they said, no. We said it better not say coming.
Yeah,
we all said coming. We all said that.
Yep.
My God, I was disappointed right then and there. Luckily, Hi-Fi Rush came to save the day, though, because that was painful.
Oh yeah, I 100% agree. I remember seeing that coming 2023, and I was like, okay, all right, I guess. But I mean, I agree with him. I have no problem anticipating this game within the next 6 months. It's just when in the next 6 months.
Maybe it's because I have a giant backlog. I don't get stressed.
Oh, I do too.
Game delays and stuff like that. I don't. I still haven't. when I finished Iki Island, Ghost of Tsushima, I was sure I was gonna just jump to Cyberpunk, but now, sorry, when I finished the base game of Ghost of Tsushima, then I had to get. I'm now doing the DLC. Now, Hi-Fi Rush comes in, and less than 2 weeks, Harry Potter's coming out. So I'm probably not gonna play Cyberpunk until after Harry Potter.
Oh,
Hopefully,
oh,
nothing good will come out besides Harry Potter next month.
you
Yeah,
better
but
play
see,
Cyberpunk
see,
first.
Atomic Heart.
Jedi Knight Peter
Atomic
in
Heart,
the
yeah.
Jedi Knight Peter in
Fuck.
the chat said, "I do agree with the no release date, but give Turn 10
It's
all the time
great.
they need.
Yeah.
I give the show a B to B plus." And see, like I say, yes, give it all the time they need, but a coming soon sign to me belongs in something at like the Game Awards, not at the
I
developer direct.
I think what you should have done. I know you want to
In my
generate hype
opinion.
for the game. I agree with that. I think what they should have done is they had that event for Forza the next day. Have Forza at that. If you're gonna say coming
Yeah,
soon, have Forza at that,
not a bad idea. Yep.
and then just take it out of developer direct. Because then you have no disappointment of no release date for Forza. You got the surprise drop of Hi-Fi Rush, and then you got to end the show with Redfall, which I was hyped for Redfall going into that. And as much as I loved Redfall, Hi-Fi Rush ended up being the the thing of the show for me.
It stole the show.
Like,
It sure did.
so that would have been a great show if you would have just had Forza tomorrow or the next day, whatever. It would have been fantastic.
Okay, I think we're done with Forza. Um,
Forza thought it was LeBron and fucking whatchamacallit, a Hi-Fi Rush came in like Steph Curry in the corner.
Oh my
Just
God.
nailed it. 3. Oh, bro.
Stop it.
It was rough.
You know I'm a Cavs fan.
speaking of analogies, the video game equivalent of Russell Westbrook pulling up for a three, Redfall, is the next game we're going to
Oh,
discuss.
wow.
We talking about Redfall getting MVP? Is that what we're talking about?
Mid-fall, that's what we're talking about.
Averaging a triple double?
Yes, averaging a triple double, not making it out of the first round, and not winning a championship the whole career. Cult Classic Cage,
And getting
tell
an
us,
MVP.
how do you feel about Redfall?
What's it? Redfall?
Yeah, Midfall. Stangmore corrected me in the chat. Sorry. How do you
Shut
feel
up,
about Midfall? From what you saw, go ahead.
So I
Disrespect.
think that the game looks really good. It looks like a fun experience overall. That was what I was most excited to see at the event. Now, personally, I'm gonna be playing on Game Pass, but if I had to pay 70 for it, I don't think I'd pay 70 for it, honestly speaking. But it does look like a fun game. I know that I have a few friends that have Game Pass. Definitely want to try it with them. I'm really impressed by the guns. The guns look really, really good in the game. Both the more realistic looking ones as well as the sort of like fantasy looking ones. And the enemies look good too. Overall, I think a lot of people are shitting on the downgrade. I mean, personally, it's like cartoony looking to me either way that they showed it off. So I don't really notice that. But that seems to be talk of contention on Twitter. For me, I'm hyped for it. Most important thing to me is that it comes out day one in working order, and we're getting it in May, so that's pretty cool. I think that's a decent time to release that game. And overall, I'm excited for that. That was the one I was really waiting to see out of the whole showcase, and it didn't disappoint me.
All right. Medlikes Games, tell us your thoughts
sir.
on
Better
Midfall.
not
Go
say
ahead.
it. You shut the fuck up, Luke. I'll tell you. But I'm very excited for Redfall. And the more I see of it, I only get more excited. I'm an Arcane fanboy. I fucking love Arcane. So it's like everything they do. The guns in this game look a lot better than I would have thought they would look when they first announced this game. But then again, they got id Software helping them with that, so it's great at that. But I'm really excited to explore this, and the more I hear about it, the more I see of it. The enemies, like Cassie just said, the design on the enemies looks fantastic. The art style of this game, much like most of their other games, looks really, really good. the powers. I mean, I'm just hyped for this game. I can't wait. May 2nd. Man, that seems so far away. But it's not. It's really not. I really can't wait to play this. But yeah, I'm hyped for this game, Luke. You already know that.
Yeah. Let's go to the chat real quick. Alex versus Evil, welcome to TSWS Gaming. Like, subscribe, share, and please feel free to come back. Always, we're here on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays in some form or the other. Gogo Post says, "Did you see how they did map? Looks like it was Far Cry 2 big. Supposedly only 2 maps and each has day-night cycle." Okay, I zoned out when Midfall came on. Just zoned out.
Thankfully, you were quiet.
Jedi Knight says Redfall was the game I was most looking forward to as well. My type of game, open world co-op shooter. I'll be there day one.
Smart
Sure.
man.
Xbox only has FPSs. Ham Solo,
The PlayStation doesn't.
tell us why Redfall is going to be game of the year.
I hope it's not game of the year.
And what are your thoughts?
Because Ark's going to be game of the year.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, that's right.
Someone shoot me right now.
So quit asking me about what game is going to be game of the year, because that is what it is, in my opinion. But anyways, going back to Redfall, not whatever crazy name that you gave it, Lo.
Yeah, whatever shit name you gave it.
Yeah, whatever. This terrible name you gave it, bud. Redfall, to me, at this point, I'm just kind of tired of seeing it. I'm being honest. Like it was cool to see there, and all I needed from that game was the release date. I've seen enough. I've been seeing enough on that game. Just give me the release date and call it good. To me, because I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it day one, and I'm excited to play it. But I don't need to see it anymore. I felt the same way. I feel like Arcane kind of does that though, because they did that with Deathloop too. Deathloop was like, I just want to play it, but you showed me it like 30 freaking times. I'm good. I don't need to see it again.
Okay, so we're done with.
That's where I'm at.
Oh my god, the comments. Oh, just mwah.
Oh, let me see.
Mwah. Welcome, Salt Mines. Whoop. Like, subscribe.
Salt
share.
Mines is dope.
Feel free to come back.
I'm pretty sure Salt Mine's been subscribed here, bruh. He's a good dude.
All right, everybody. Everyone follow Stankboss lead. MIDFA. Big ball. Salt Mine says
Give
these
him
nuts.
pom poms.
No.
Salt Mine says these nuts are open world. Okay, sure, man. Cool. Jedi Knights, I do have a major problem with Redfall. The price, I get it's on Game Pass, but it's listed as $120 in Australia. That's the first time I've seen a game. Okay, usually it's 110, not to be a sign of things to come. Yeah, let's hope. They might just overprice.
That's a nutty price.
It is.
Yeah, that's almost
Australia.
double the American price.
Australia is out of their minds. I don't understand what's going on over there.
Yeah. Welcome, 108 Dragon. Lemon. Welcome. Salt Mines, you think they over-marketing can kill hype? That's a good question, guys. You guys think over-marketing can kill hype?
Absolutely.
I'd have to agree. In the case of Redfall, it doesn't, because I'm hyped for it. But if it wasn't,
Exhibit A, Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, I was so on. See, well, that's another example of like a game I'm hyped for. So you can never show me too much of that game.
Right.
But like, if it was like a game I didn't care about, and it was like, okay, this is getting to be, now I'm extra not interested in, then I 100% understand.
See, look, there's a difference between overhyping and overhyping for me. I already know about it. It's probably good that they're talking about this so other people can know about it. It's good. It's good marketing for them. It's great for them, probably. It's fantastic. But for me, it's just like somebody that looks at, articles and stuff like that. It's just like I've seen it a bunch. I don't need to see it anymore. I just want to play it.
All right. We shall not be engaging in Minecraft Legends, correct? Does anyone want to address Minecraft?
I'm sorry,
Legends?
but that game actually looks interesting, bud.
It does. I'd be down. Like again, I'm not gonna
Sorry,
say I'm
Loke.
gonna put hours into that, but I'd be down to try that. And if I like it, then that's cool.
I'm an ARC player, so it should be right up my alley, technically.
It's one of those games where it's like, is it for me? No, but was I impressed by the way it looked given? Yeah, I thought it was pretty impressive. There's more to it than I thought. It looks more sophisticated than Minecraft Dungeons. I tried Minecraft Dungeons. It's like a dungeon crawler for dummies or for 5-year-olds. And that's cool for the 5-year-olds. And I guess people that need to understand basic mechanics of that. This one at least looks more sophisticated than Dungeons, which I can appreciate.
I'm kind of interested. I'm gonna try it.
I love how Luke
Cozy.
just is coping right now.
Look, can't stand it.
Cozy obviously playing Minecraft Legends. Stankmore says he thinks it's interesting. Clearly, I have terrible taste because
Well, yeah.
anything Minecraft, my brain just shuts off. Jedi Knight Peter pointing out that literally Xbox, if this price is correct, is selling their games at is the Australian equivalent of $80. So there's that.
Yeah, that's
Funny
insane.
how the people on Xbox aren't freaking out, but I digress. Guys, we took a lot longer on this than we should have.
No, we
I
didn't. That
hope-
was fine.
No, that
Matt
was- yeah,
warned
I
you
thought it
it's
was
going to be a
good.
long show, so
Yeah, I told you.
buckle up, bud.
A lot of
No,
good
you're
stuff. There's a
You're
lot
just
of good stuff
coping,
to
so
say.
it's extra long for Loke.
Exactly. There's a lot of good stuff that needs to be said about Xbox, and Luke just doesn't like it.
Someone
And
get
he's-
this
look
man
at
a
his
sensu
face.
bean.
Look at his face. He's like he's about to cry. He's maybe about to cry. So like, it's fine. It's fine if you're about to cry, but like,
Let it all out, bud.
yeah,
We're here
just
for
like,
you.
it's a positive show. Look, we're all in a good mood. I don't know.
Oh, you know what? I'm just happy that I have such good friends that are with me in this downtime in my life.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you guys. Also, go fuck yourselves.
Love you too, bud.
Sounds about
Moving
right.
on to game predictions. Let us move on from the Xbox Developer Direct, please.
No, let's
guys.
not move on. Let's talk about it for a little bit longer, bud.
I think we
yeah,
should talk
yeah.
about Elder Scrolls Online, right?
Yeah. I think we forgot that.
Oh fuck! I
Yeah.
forgot to bring that up. Oh man. All right, fine,
Yeah, right?
fine,
Depression.
fine, fine.
I think it's fantastic.
Nancy,
And I
Nancy,
can't
go
wait.
ahead.
Loke can't stand it. Oh, man, he hates it.
Nancy, Elder Scrolls Online. Go ahead, Cassie. Go ahead.
He's
I
crying.
played quite a bit of Elder Scrolls Online on Steam. And nothing unless they say, "Oh yeah, we're not going to charge you a monthly fee just for you to be able to for your character to be able to carry a decent amount of things on your person." Then I just don't care because to me that's the stupidest attempt at a subscription service ever. Is offensive to me. I tried it and I'm just like I can't see myself engaging in this. It absolutely feels like a piece of shit game that literally spits in your face by saying, yeah, pay more to carry more, and you have to do it on a monthly cost. Until like they alleviate that, I just don't care about Elder Scrolls.
That's a fair criticism. I didn't even know about that. That is pretty gross.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, look,
a bit better now. Go ahead, Matt. Tell us.
I was gonna say, other than that, look, I think it's fantastic, and I think you should too. Honestly,
Download it tonight,
Dude.
bud.
yeah, you
There's
should
no
download
one.
it.
There's no one that doesn't know that Elder Scrolls is one of the biggest games on the planet, right?
It seems like you don't know it.
It's the reason. It's the reason they haven't released one in more than a decade. My youngest,
Yeah.
is older than Elder Scrolls.
Yeah,
Is
he
older or
was-
younger?
Sorry, he's younger than Elder Scrolls. My bad. He's younger than Elder Scrolls. So that's how old it is. And they keep
Wow.
just DLC. Where's, you know what? Ham, go.
Don't worry, we'll get Elder
Um,
Scrolls 6 in 2027.
It looks like
2037.
something. It looks like something that I don't really want to play, but I just really enjoy this moment in gaming for Xbox right now. You know what I mean, Loke? You know what I
I
mean?
agree with you, man.
We're talking
You know what I
about
mean?
Elder Scrolls or Xbox. Can we do that right now?
I'm just stating my opinion,
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
I hope you
Make
agree
your
with
point,
me.
man. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I'm good. I'm not gonna play that game, but
Okay, so
I'm really
are we
happy
done?
about the director. It was pretty good.
I
Okay,
think it
so
was
we're
too.
done with the Xbox
Yes,
developer
we're done,
direct.
Loke. I'm just messing with you. Good God, just get going. You're good.
Look, it's
Matt,
just
are you
beside
good?
myself.
Matt, are you good? Are you done?
I'm good. I've got my Xbox right here. I'm fantastic. I'm
Cassie,
doing
Cassie, you
I'm
good?
doing really good.
Cassie, are you good?
I'm great.
Hello?
Everyone's good. Everyone's good except you, Loke. And I don't know
I'm
why.
good. Fine.
He's fixing his tie, he's
man.
fixing his shirt. And shit.
Okay, game predictions.
All right, let's go.
We have 3 games. Okay, so the quick one. We're on the 4th week of January. We still haven't had a winner for game prediction. I don't know how that's happened. But anyway, first we have Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition coming out January 31st for Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One. Ham Solo, what's the score?
What was the game again?
Age of
AOE.
Empires 2
Oh, okay.
Definitive Edition.
Dang, what was the score for the one on PC?
It was probably stupid high.
I think it was like 89 or 90 or something like that. Trying to remember. I do not remember. But I'm gonna guess 89. I'm just gonna go on ahead and get it over with.
It was an 84.
Oh, it was 84.
All right.
Ooh, wow. I
Top
think I might be taking the L right there.
Nothing new here.
Yeah,
Call
that's a
Classic
fact.
Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. Go.
82.
82. All right. Alex versus Evil is having fun in the chat. Yeah, enjoy, man. Enjoy. Matt likes games. Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. Go. What's the score?
I'm going 80.
80.
No.
All right. No one in the chat is daring today. Interesting. So, one of Xbox's best games last year is finally coming to PS5, PS4, and Nintendo Switch. Power Wash Simulator coming out January 31st. Ham Solo, what's the score?
74.
Hold on. Gogo Poll says Age of Empires is getting a 90. Oh, I'm saving this L. Ham said 74. Ham said 74. Cult Classic Cage Power Wash Simulator. Go.
76.
76. Mad Likes Games Power Wash Simulator. What's the score?
I'm just gonna go 78.
78. All right. Lastly, we have Deliver Us Mars coming out February 2nd on all platforms except Nintendo Switch. Surprise, surprise. Ham Solo, what's the score for Deliver Us Mars?
80.
80. Cult Classic Cage, Deliver Us Mars.
82.
82.
Yes.
Okay. That's close to Ham. Are you copying his notes or something?
I've
Mad Likes
literally
Games.
just been adding 2 to his.
You're a
Oh,
jerk.
no.
You're a jerk.
You should be trying to see.
Get away from me. Give me some room. Let me breathe.
What Cozy predicts, because Cozy was last year's champ by like a mile. It wasn't even close. It was embarrassing for him. It really was. Stagmo says 60 for Power Wash Simulator. Jedi Knight.
Oof.
Jedi Knight Peter says 84
84.
for 808.
Yep.
Okay, I'll put the rest in later. Deliver us Mars. Mad Likes Games, what's the score?
I'm looking at some gameplay right now. I'm going 70.
7. It does look kind of mid. So let's go to last week's results. We only had 2 good games. We had Forspoken. Cozy said 71, and I trashed her for it.
And that was generous.
Yes. Ham Solo said 77.
Yeah, I did. I thought I said 78.
You were too optimistic, Ham. Carl Classic
I
Cake
was.
said 70. Dre said 70. So Dre actually got the score because it's 67.
I can't believe Dre won it because he is digging that game.
Yeah.
He's the first one.
And
He's the first one to
scored it the lowest. Man, he is on.
Man.
He knows how PlayStation does things with Square Enix.
Expectations in check, sir.
That is heartless. That is heartless. Next we have Dead Space. Cozy said 89. Am Solo said 91. Cult Classic Cage hit it perfect. She said 90. So Cult Classic Cage.
You know what's funny?
got a 1.
Cozy
So that
picked.
means
Cozy picked the score that I was gonna pick, and I had to change it, so I just added 1.
So at the end of the day, no one won because you got 1, Dre got 1, so no one scored.
Wow.
Again, this means we've gone a month with 0 winners on game predictions. You guys are terrible. Everyone is terrible. The chat is terrible. The panel's terrible. Everyone's terrible. Let's go to notable tweets. Cult Classic Cage. Thick Stick Boy said, and I quote, "I can't believe Xbox
That's a hell of a
saved
name."
January."
Is that Fred?
Yeah.
Wait,
He
you can't
says,
believe
yeah,
Xbox what?
I can't believe Xbox saved January with that surprise launch of Hi-Fi. Thank Christ. Indeed a palate cleanser after Forspoken. What are your thoughts on this specific
Dead Space is
tweet
88 right now on Metacritic.
Ooh, it's going down.
Ooh.
The Xbox One.
Oh boy.
The Xbox One is 88 right now.
Ooh, not 90
Wow.
anymore.
Must mean the
Interesting.
PlayStation one's like 84 or
Imagine
something.
if Hi-Fi gets the highest score for the month. That would just be tragic.
Interesting.
Anyway, Cult Classic Cage, what are your thoughts on this tweet by Thick Stick Boy? Go.
So I mean, we do have Dead Space, so I mean, it wasn't all bad. Like, the Shadow Drop was definitely something that, got us really excited, particularly for Game Pass, because it's like after last year, I know people on Xbox, besides third party, kind of just been like, damn, want to play something. So that's cool for sure. I'd say it definitely gave some Xbox gamers something to be super hyped about, which is cool, man. At the end of the day, we want everyone to be happy playing games, so it's cool that they managed to drop something that we can all give a try and actually have been really enjoying.
Yep.
Okay. Cool beans. Matt, Jez Corden or Jez Gordon or Corden, I don't know,
Corden.
said, okay, Jez Corden said, should Microsoft, Xbox, Bethesda just shadow drop Starfield during the E3 presentation?
I mean, listen, as someone who's super hyped for Starfield, if they wanted to do that and it was ready, I say go for it. But I mean, realistically, probably not gonna happen. But I'd be down for that. I'd fucking love that.
All right, Matt. Ham. Elon Musk tweeted out, Twitter is the PvP of social media. Thoughts?
Facts.
Straight up, bro.
It is.
Facts. I think he nailed
Pretty
it
much.
right there. End of thought.
All right. And the struggle session for Xbox is almost at an end. We now
Your
have to do
personal struggle section, you mean?
buzz off,
Right.
man. Buzz off.
'Cause I think
I mean, I'm
everybody's having a
elated.
good time. Except
I'm
Lo.
elated. I'm ecstatic.
Me laughing my ass off, dude. This is the most fun I've had like in a while. So I'm happy. I'm delighted. Can you not see just how happy I am?
Okay.
Yeah. Looking good, bud.
I haven't been this happy in decades. This is the best day, the best week of my life. That's what it is. So thank you to
That's good.
Xbox and thank you to you guys for extending the happiness that I'm feeling right now. Awesome.
No
You guys are
problem.
great.
Nothing helps the marriage like a good Xbox show, right?
Yeah, yeah, uh-huh. Salt Mines having a blast. Sure, sure. Salt Mines also says Hi-Fi Rush is a great game. Microsoft should just do shadow drops. That would be vicious. Imagine the richest company on the planet, zero marketing. Just here's games, here's games, here's games.
I
That's
mean,
wild.
the shadow drop basically is the marketing, honestly. At that point,
Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. All right, all right. Are you guys ready for quiz?
They're like, we're gonna see
yeah,
what
let's
people
go.
really think. See them active players.
Exactly.
Man, I saw an article. I don't know if it's true or not. I didn't. I It was too close to the show for me to actually do any proof checking. But I saw an article that said that there's more active players on Xbox than PlayStation. That must be a cap. It must be a cap. Anyway,
They probably counting like the Xbox app on PC maybe.
PC, yes,
Yeah,
yes, which isn't fair. Come on,
it's I guess it's
it's not.
muddied.
It's not.
It's
All
muddied.
right, so
It's
it's
debatable.
time for the quiz. Everyone in the chat, get ready to start proof checking me and pretending like I'm wrong. Cassie, you're going first. Matt, you're second. Ham Solo, you're going last. Is
Cool.
everyone ready to go?
Yep.
I'm ready to
All
chop
right.
this up.
Cassie, um, players can swim in the upcoming Hogwarts Legacy. True or false?
True.
Correct. Matt,
Mhm.
dragons have been confirmed to be in Hogwarts Legacy. True or false?
I'm gonna say true because that would be fucking awesome.
Correct. Ham
Let's
Solo,
go.
Hogwarts Legacy launches on the 10th of February 2023 on Series X. Sorry. Hogwarts Legacy launches on the 10th of February 2023 on the Series X and PlayStation 5. True or false?
False.
Correct. It launches on the S as well. You caught that one.
Oh my
You're
god!
just a piece.
I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking about the PC. Oh my god!
I didn't
Yo.
even really listen to the whole question. I just said false because I mean he gave you guys two true answers, and he would give me the first one to try to get me to fall out of my chair, but I ain't gonna allow that to happen yet.
Cassie.
Dirtbag.
Cassie. Baxcalibur is a dragon ice type Pokemon. True or false?
False.
It's true. Matt likes games.
Oh no!
Joe Burrow of the Cincinnati Bengals is currently.
He's like, what?
What the fuck?
Would you let me finish?
What is this?
the question?
Am I on ESPN?
Would you let me
First
finish?
take.
Would you let
You
me
are in
finish?
Ohio, so you got the high ground on
What
this
are
one,
you
bud.
guys? Are you guys doing like a Kanye West impersonation where you won't let the other person finish? For real?
Yes.
Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Well, sit your ass down and listen.
Don't
Matt,
talk to Kanye like that. What?
Joe Burrow of the Bengals is currently playing. He's currently playing through Star Wars Battlefront 2. True or false?
I mean, true.
False. He's playing through Battlefront. Ham Solo. Ham Solo. Lightfall.
What?
Wow.
What? What's the problem, Matt?
No, I was gonna ask, like, has he played? Okay, is he gonna give a playthrough of the series? Like, what's
You're
he?
gonna have to talk to him about that.
Oh
I don't
my!
know.
This is
Lightfall-
such an epic case of assholery.
It's insane.
Ham, Lightfall. Listen, Ham. Lightfall
my
is the
God.
next major. Lightfall is the next major expansion for Destiny 2. True or false?
Oh,
False.
It's true.
Damn it. I don't know anything about Destiny anymore. I gave that thing up years ago.
Oh, I wish
Oh,
I
yeah.
got that fucking
On the
question.
second question. All right. Cassie, over Forza Motorsport will have over 500 cars at launch. True or false?
False.
True.
It's
Damn
true.
it.
Mad Max
I wish I
Games.
got that question.
Yes.
God damn it.
Word.
Yeah.
I wish I got your question.
The Forza Motorsport franchise has never gone more than a year and a half without a sequel release. True or false?
False.
Correct. They've gone 2 years.
Hmm.
Ham. Over 100 of the new cars on Forza Motorsport. Oh, sorry. Over 100 of the 500 cars coming to Forza Motorsport on launch are new. True or false?
True.
Correct. Cult Classic Cage. Turn 11 promised 4K, 60 FPS, and ray tracing for Forza Motorsport on the Series X and S consoles. True or false?
True.
No, god damn it. No. He said turn
Oh.
11. This
fuck
dude's
me.
a jerk. He said
This
turn
guy's-
11.
He's diabolical, dude. He's out of
No,
control.
no. Who you guys haven't met? You guys got it, and now you're on a bitch about it.
That's insane.
You both know the answer, but I'm the bad guy.
Oh
Seriously.
my god.
Y'all need to stop with the cap. Matt likes games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Forza Horizon.
Yeah.
Forza Horizon came from a failed pitch to reboot the Project Gotham racing series. True or false?
I want to say I think that was true. True.
Correct.
Yeah.
Ham Solo. Project Gotham Racing was developed by Bizarre Creations. True or false?
Ooh. I'm gonna say true.
Correct. We're on the last round. Unfortunately, Card Classic Cage, you have no chance, but we will give you a ceremonial last question.
Cool.
The new class coming to Elder Scrolls Online as part of the Necrom expansion is named the Arcanist. True or false?
True.
Correct. All right. So before we get into this one, Ham Solo, Cult Classic Cage has won one quiz time this year. Cozy's won one. You still haven't won one. If
Oh,
you let
okay.
Matt have this one, dude, this will be your worst start ever. Especially considering it's our second year, so
But-
it'll definitely be your worst start ever.
But it would be cool if you did. So remember
It
that.
would be cool.
It'd be cool if you did. So
All
that's
right,
what
so-
I'm saying.
Matt,
Yeah.
this one's for the dub.
Mhm.
For players, the Arcanist, which is the new class coming to Elder Scrolls Online, the Arcanist can only be played for offense. True or false?
False.
Correct. It can be played for offense, defense, and support. Am Solo, this one's for the draw. The Arcanist also
God damn it.
features.
I lost.
You got it.
Wait.
You got it.
You got 50%
Hold
shot.
on. You have a 50% chance to get it right.
Exactly.
The Arcanist also features a unique combo point system, allowing players to chain abilities into stronger attacks or spells. True or false?
False.
It's true, buddy.
Damn it. I don't know.
Matt! Oh my god.
That's my first win, isn't it?
Ever,
That's my first
actually.
win.
Nice.
Let's go. Let's go.
Damn. Ham, this is the worst for you. Everyone is winning but you, bro.
He's not gonna let you live this down until you get the dub.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Oh,
bode
even
well.
when I
It
get the
doesn't-
dub, he'll try to make it feel like I didn't. So
Oh,
it doesn't
my
matter.
God. So, Matt,
Yeah.
as you know, you get
Oh,
your
yeah.
1 minute to just rant about whatever video game topic you think is relevant. I am begging you not to talk about hi-fi, but you can talk about whatever you want. Go ahead.
Yeah. I think that Xbox is great, and I think honestly,
You dirty dog.
I think honestly, I think Hi-Fi Rush. No, in all seriousness, I do think that Hi-Fi Rush is an awesome game. I think Xbox had an awesome show. I don't really have a lot to say for a minute. I think they deserve more praise on that show, so they do more shows like that. I would like that to be the case. That's all I really have to say.
Wow, 10 seconds. That must be like
Yeah.
the shortest victory
Hey,
lap ever.
in and out, in and out.
Jeez. Jedi Knight Peter is like twiddling his thumbs. Rant time.
No, no, I
Oh,
could have. I could have.
it's not
Technically.
okay. Okay. All right. So before I give my last point, Carl Classic Cage, please tell everyone where they can find you and all that good stuff. And then Matt, go after her. Go ahead.
Okay, so I love talking about gaming. I also love talking about film. Sunday I'm actually going to do a watch along movie day. Watching Scarface. So if you guys want to pull out your 4Ks or go on your nice websites and watch along with me, it'll be a fun time with the chat. I'm kind of making that like kind of a norm thing. I just put out a video today talking about how the creator of Cowboy Bebop just completely shit on Netflix for the
Ooh.
live action adaptation, as well as Hollywood while he was at it. Dude is a beast. But I do love talking about video games as well. I'm always got something going on, so if you're into any of that, please check out my YouTube channel, Cult Classic Cage, or if you just wanna, talk to me on Twitter, casually, just hit me up on Twitter too as well, Cult Classic Cage.
Nice. You can check me out at Matt Likes Games on Twitter, and then on YouTube, Matt Likes Games. Videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and that's that.
All right. Last comment from the comment section. I like it. Nelson says, "I trust no one who likes Arcane." That's a
Well,
good policy. That's a good
Are you
well,
talking
policy.
about the
Nelson,
show or is he talking about the developers?
The developers.
I'm just gonna pretend he's talking about the show. I'll
All
just
right.
pretend that.
All right. Here we go. Last point. 4K 60 FPS real-time ray tracing. This is what Turn 10 and the Xbox team have promised users of the Series X and S consoles. For PS users, for PC users, the above words aren't amazing or earth-shattering. They're the bare minimum. It's why many of them throw up in their mouths when they're forced to endure atrocities like Forspoken on PC. For console-only plebs like me, the promise made by Phil Spencer's cronies incites a level of excitement that could lead to uncomfortable conversation with our significant others about faithfulness and trust. Forza Motorsport presents itself as the first true next-gen game for a generation that is almost 3 years old now. The attempt is to be celebrated and will be if the promise is delivered. But if they don't, the amount of vitriol, slander, and thinly veiled insults they receive might be only 1 or 2 levels below what happened when Don Matrick nuked the Xbox brand back in 2013. We might even get Xbox devs complaining about dick pics. These are Sony fanboys we're talking about after all. Paints sourced using a spectral photometer. How many people even knew what that thing was until I said it? Mr. Chase Combs, audio director for Forza Motorsport, please advise on the necessity for a new pair of special edition Xbox headphones before launch. I'll need at least 2 months' notice. Some of us don't have cash just sitting around waiting to go to essential Microsoft products. Native mixing for Windows Sonic and Dolby Atmos surely won't reach its peak audio on the default Xbox headphones. Surely. As for the addition of Kyalami Grand Prix circuit in South Africa, you sly dogs. You guys know what you're doing. Just take my money already. Wakanda forever. I mean, ngiyabonga umngani. I just hope that the lack of any actual release date is not a harbinger of future delays. Until then, thank you for listening. Was that too much?
I don't know.